a body part, we have 2 sleeves, and we need to now put them all on one circular needle. I have one here that is on waste yarn, and I have one that is on a spare needle. It does not matter which yours are on, they all need to go on a new pair of circular needles, unless they are attached to the body, in which case you can just use those. This is very, very long, but you don't really need one that is excessively long. I just like them longer. So what you're going to do is to slip your stitches onto your needle. And you're going to start by slipping 1/4 of the stitches from the front. So this is the center front, and you're just going to start slipping. I don't know what you would otherwise do, but I do feel it is important to stress that it should be the center front that you start slipping from. That was 27 stitches, or 1/4 of the stitches on the body. And just to get my waste yarn here out, I'm going to put my stitches on the cable, and I'm just going to go in here and grab this and pull it. Not out of these stitches, obviously, but out of the stitches that are now being held by my cable. Here we are. Just going to check that I didn't miss any. That looks fine. So I will now grab my sleeve here, and I will slip all of these stitches onto here, and then yeah, we will continue. But first I'll put all of these on. So just like normally, I'll just slip the stitches. And it's important that you do it purlwise, meaning you don't go in here and twist it. You just want to transfer it without twisting it around. Now if you want to help yourself here, we could have placed some markers down at the beginning here, but I think maybe we'll do it afterwards. Okay. And then on the other side here. No, that was the first sleeve. And now I have my first 5 stitches here, then I have a sleeve, and then we want the next stitches here for the body. So I'm just going to continue on. So again, I am going to go in here and just slip away. I have 27 left, and then I have my edge stitches out here. So before I slip these onto the cable, I need to put on my remaining sleeve. And it is, I forgot to say that on the other sleeve, and I think I did it correctly anyway. Yes. So I forgot to say that, of course, we have a bit of a seam in here where we changed colors and where we did the increases. So if you do have 2 colors on your work, you should have this seam turned in towards the side seam here, or where there would have been a side seam. So it's probably not a problem because that's where your yarn is going to be coming from anyway, but I just wanted to mention. And then I will be back to slip the remaining stitches, and then we will start decreasing for the top. Here we are. And I'm just going to check again that I didn't lose any stitches. Split them. No, this looks good. Okay, so we're just going to have a look at the whole thing together. And here you can see that I now have all of my stitches on my cable in the right order, and now we can start decreasing for the yoke so that it's going to fit. Now I'll continue working the 4 stitches on the side here in moss stitch. So as you can see here, I have a knit, so I'll start on a purl, because we always purl the knits and knit the purls. So I'll do 4 stitches in moss stitch, slip my marker. If you lost your marker in picking up the stitches, just put it back on there if you need it. And then I will start to decrease. So this decrease is going to be what makes our slant, our V-neck. I'm doing a knit 2 together here. It should be a slip knit. And then I will knit till I have 3 stitches left here on my body. So I can see here that the sleeve is not attached yet, so I have a huge gap where the body becomes the sleeve. So it's easy to count to 1, 2, 3 and know that I have to stop there. So I'll just knit the stitches. So now there's 3. These 2 I am going to decrease together. So I'll do a slip and then a knit, like that. So as you can see, that slants inwards. Then I will knit 1. And then I'm going to go in here to our... Your cable does not need to be this long as mine is. As long as it is a cable and not like a... Could you do this on straights? No, I don't think you could. Because the sleeves are still round, even though we are working in rows. I got my yarn caught here. Here we are. Here I'm going to knit 1. And really tighten that so that the gap here isn't going to be too big. And then I will knit 2 together. So these 2 decreases that we just did is going to be what is going to allow the sleeves to come in so that it won't flare, if that makes sense. It's the part from the armpit up to the neck. So I will knit all of the stitches on the sleeve until I have 3 left on the other side. So now I have 3 stitches left and I am going to slip 1, slip 1. Both knitwise. Then I'm going to insert my needle and knit those 2 together. And I will knit the next stitch, but I just need to pick up my body first because it has gotten away from me. Alright, so I will knit the last stitch. It is huge because it has the end thread in here somewhere, so I should just tighten that up so it doesn't go away. On the next, so these are the stitches for the body. I'm going to knit 1, tighten that stitch, and then knit 2 together. And then I will perform the exact same thing on the other side. So now I have 2 stitches left and I'm going... Again, I'm doing the wrong decrease. This should have been a knit 2 together. And then I will continue in moss stitch as I have been doing. So this is going to be knit, purl, knit and purl. And the next row is going to be reversing the work, returning the work, and I'm just going to work moss stitch over the first 4 stitches and over the last 4 stitches, but otherwise I'm just going to purl all of the stitches. And when I get back to the right side, I'm going to do exactly what I just did. When there are no more stitches left between your edge stitches and your first yarn marker, you're going to go into knitting your edge stitches as normal, but then you will decrease 1 as you have been doing, and then you'll go into ribbing. So you're going to do, as you can see here, your knit 2 together first, and then you will do a knit 2 and then a purl 2. And you're going to do this for the amount of rows that is in the pattern. When you're done with your ribbing, you're going to cast off all of your stitches in pattern, and then you're done. So here's the finished sweater on my son, and it's a little bit big on him, but I did choose a bigger size than I knew he was, because then he can fit into it a little bit longer, and there was no risk that he would be too big already when I finished. So these pictures are what I got of him. He's getting increasingly difficult to photograph, but I mean it's wonderful that he's so active, and the sweater is definitely a good addition to his wardrobe, so that when he cannot wait to get out in the morning, I can just put some warm clothes on him. I really hope these videos made it easier to follow the pattern. I hope you will subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this, and I wish you a wonderful day.